I know a little girl who's going to especially appreciate this song and this book. I know because there's something at the end that she likes to play with all the time. But is she good at math? Let's see. Pete the Cat and his four groovy buttons. Pete the Cat and his four groovy buttons. See them on his shirt? 1, 2, 3, 4 groovy buttons. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with four big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much he sang this song. My buttons, my four groovy buttons. My buttons, my four groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left, do you think? Are you ready to guess? What do you think? 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. A blue, a green, and a red. 3. 3 groovy buttons. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! How many buttons are left now? Count them. How many do you think? Let's see. 2. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Oh no! Pop! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left now? What is the equation now, do you think? 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Oh no! Pop! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left now? Do you know the equation? 1 minus 1 equals 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? Here it comes. Here it comes, his belly button. And he kept on singing his song. He has nothing left, but he kept on singing. my button, I still have my belly button. My button, I still have my belly button. It's all good, he said. I guess it's I guess it simply goes to show that stuff goes and stuff comes and stuff goes, but do we cry? Goodness no, we keep on singing our song. Buttons come and buttons go. Things come and things go. We find some things, we lose other things. The fun part is to enjoy what happens and not cry. Because if you lose something, you're bound to find something else that you can be happy about. Night now.